Man, it's crazy how every day I see this cat. He just walked by earlier before I recorded, man. This cat, he just like walks around here like he lives here. He does not live here. He's the neighbor's cat. Yeah, he's always over here hanging out. And that made me think, just like, just like that cat can do whatever he wants, you can do whatever you want. Of course, we got more laws and stuff like that, so obviously we can't just do exactly everything we want. But you know, you have a lot more freedom than you think you do unless you're living into like some type of like totalitarian, communist government, some place that I legitimately like is holding you down at, you know, every possible moment. But if that was the case, you probably ain't watching this video. Probably not watching this video, right? So yeah, it's an interesting world we live in. Like I purposely believe, like I choose to believe, you can do whatever you want because it's better than thinking, the latter. If you always think, I could do this, I could do that if I put my mind to it, if I put my heart to it, if I make it a goal, it makes it way easier to achieve almost anything you want versus saying, oh man, I can't do it. Oh, somebody's holding me down. Oh, I want to do this, but I can't. No point in really thinking that way. Of course, there's always going to be outside factors that stop you from doing something, but truly believing in yourself, I think, goes a long way with actually accomplishing things. If you go into a job thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to get fired next week. Okay, well, why are you going for the job anyway? You know, if you're going like saying, hey, I'm going to get this job and then I'm going to springboard to the next one, I'm going to continue my career, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That gives you a better chance of success. And even if your plans don't go 100% how you think they will, I think just keeping a can do attitude and a positive mind will just make life better. I wasn't always moving in a can do positive way. And it's only recently that I brought it back into my life. I used to be positive all the time. And I think that's why I was always successful in whatever I did, especially when it involved things that I was really passionate about. If I was really passionate about it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, point blank, period. I'm going to do it and I'm going to be successful at it. I'm going to achieve it. And then I did. And I think the only time that I really started moving towards like a darker route and a darker path, was back in the military. And I made several videos about that a long time ago. But to make a quick pit stop in that part of my life, I ran into some people that were in charge of me that were basically belittling me, making me feel like I can't do anything. And it was just a bunch of negativity. And to be honest, if I stayed to who I was, but like back then I was young, right? I was like 19, 20. It really started around 2021. So 19, I was still pretty good, but 2021, I fell into depression. I got diagnosed with mental health issues, and it just like I felt like I had no control. Like, of course, if you're in the military, you only have so much control of your life anyway. But to be honest, I feel like if I was to go back in time, right? I know we all say that if I could go back in time, I would change this, I would change that, right? If I could go back in time, I would honestly just stick to who I am as a person because I think I probably would have been able to cope with the issues I was going through. Back then I felt like the walls were closing in. I only had like a couple people I could talk to about my issues, and yeah, it was definitely dark, but the light, the hope that's something that always starts in here, right? To have hope for anything, hope for the world, hope for the future, you got to have hope for yourself. And then whenever you do have that hope for yourself, then you're able to spread it outwards. So if I would have kept my hope for myself, man, I feel like, I don't regret anything that I've really done growing up. because it's just part of growing, right? How can I, you know, beat down on my old self when it's something that I never really knew, right? Like back then, I wasn't meditating. I didn't think about anything spiritual or even religious. It was just, I'm doing what I'm told to do because that's what they, drill into your head. That's what basic training is about. Everything that you learned on the outside, none of that. You listen to us, and that's all it is, right? But before I joined, my dad told me, he was like, "Don't let them change you," and I didn't understand really what he meant. Right? It was like the last phone call I had with him before I went to basic training. He was like, "Don't let them change you, son. Stay who you are." And I didn't really get that. I mean, like I was 18. I'm like, don't let them change me. Like, well, I know they're gonna tell me like to do push-ups and sit-ups, but he means like internally, like the person I am now, right? This guy that you're talking to now, he was basically saying not to lose this back then. And if I never would have, because I did lose it, right? I lost myself for a bit. And I think everybody loses bits of themselves whenever you join an organization of that caliber. Whenever you join anything bigger than yourself, you're going to lose parts of yourself. That's just normal, right? Whenever you're like, say you go to just work at a 9 to 5, like work at Walmart. If you go to work at Walmart, you're going to lose bits of yourself because you have to join the ecosystem, the organization that is your career, the people that you hang out with or the people you work with. You start joining this mindset. And you know how like some places everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody know, oh, you were dating that person over there. Oh, y'all broke up now. And now for some reason they know why you broke up, right? Because it turns into a different mentality. You start joining more of that community. And if the community is toxic, well, you become part of that toxicity, or you could choose not to. There are legitimately people that choose not to, and I say congratulations to you. Of course, that's gonna get you shunned, and people are gonna talk bad about you because you're not joining their group. But I applaud you personally if you're able to stick to yourself. You stick to who you are in the face of adversity. Other people might think, "Oh, why aren't you hanging out with us? You think you're too good?" Maybe you are too good for them, legitimately. Maybe you are. And you should be proud of that. N- A lot of people have the mentality of a bucket of crabs. And if you don't know what that means, every time there's a bunch of crabs in a bucket, whenever one crab is getting out, one crab will just pull them down. And that's all they do. They just pull each other down. And then they all suffer. They can't let one person survive because they're the ones that's not surviving. But if the crabs work together, they could all get out of the bucket. Crazy how that works, right? So I say this to make this video to let you know, man, keep moving the way that you want to move. Don't let outside influences stop you from doing what you want to do. Just like this cat be running around my backyard and hanging out on my chair. I done caught him sleeping in my chair. I'm just like, all right, man, you can have it. The way that the cat moves around the neighborhood freely, I think that's the same way you should move the way that you're stuck in your position, right? You should still try and stay true to who you are because there's nobody else you could really become than yourself. So yeah, I think that's all I have to share with you guys for today. I woke up early. Right now it's 7, right? I woke up around like 6:30. Gal guy. The guy means chicken in Thai. He was going, oh, he did. He just made the noise, but you couldn't hear it because audio, whatever. As soon as I said it, he made that. If you know what a rooster sounds like, whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna start making some more videos. There's some awesome videos you guys been posting in the Discord. I'm gonna definitely check out today. And yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out with me for this morning morning pep talk. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day slash night slash whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye.